This is Ron Brown. It is the 18th of May 2022. The market is getting hit very hard today after a few up days. Some people thought the bottom was in, but obviously it's not in. And I just want to show you something that I'm putting together, and I'll do separate videos on these things that I'm working on. First of all, and these have not been posted yet, but when I'm happy with them, I will put them in my files. This is going to be in folder number 13. It's intraday market momentum up, down, and up and down. I'll just click on the up, and you can see that all of these stocks are up, and there's only 328 of them that are up. If I click on down, you can see there are 3,502. So it's really a disastrous day. Now, I primarily have this spectrum analysis up here, or the analyzer, because I use it with this one, intraday market momentum up and down. And what this pie slice does is it shows the percentage of stocks within any group, and I'm using stocks that are assigned to industry groups for this scan or this group. It's in all securities, but this filter requirement is that these stocks are assigned to groups. And I just brought this spectrum analyzer up, and I used this pin to keep this on top so it doesn't go behind. Now, where you find this, if you're an HGSI user, is you click on this icon here and then select load, and it is intraday price change up and down 04. Now I'm going to change to something else and show you how this works. I'm going to go into the industries and change it to industry. This is all of the stocks in here. Let's just go to down, and it'll show us the down groups, or the number of stocks in each group that are going down. Or if I go to the upside, let's see where there's any strength. Investment companies, some biotech, utility, renewable energy, and so on. Anyway, that's nice, but it's not real precise to show us what's going on as far as up versus down stocks. So I'm going to flip back down to the up and down here, and then I will click on this here, and it's already loaded because I was using it before, and I'll say OK. And this is the one I want to be on here. And it shows me that we have more than a 10 to 1 day to the downside. Now, this will update every 5 minutes if you have it pinned to the top of your view, and you can see if the market's gaining or losing momentum without going and looking at an AD line or an advanced decline line. Now, if you want to load other views, all you do is click on this, and this is updating. So it's pausing a little bit. I'll click on this again, and I'll select load, and let's look at the intraday range. These are the stocks and where they are in their intraday ranges. Click on that, and you can see that let's enlarge this a little bit, 42.32% are in the bottom 10% of their daily range. 10 to 20% is the next one at 978. 25%. How many are up in the top 10% of the range? Only 47. So with this spectrum analyzer, you can look at different aspects of the market, or get different insights, I should say. I'm going to go back, and this will keep the groups that you've used recently, so I don't have to go in and load every time. I can just click on this one, and it'll take me back to this spectrum analyzer and show me the up-down ratio. Now I'm going to go look at some other parts of the market. I'm going to go into the major market index components. We'll look at the Dow Industrials. You can see 29 down, 1 up. Transports They're all at 100% are down. Utilities, 2 are up, 10 are down. NASDAQ 100, 3 up, 95 down. Now if I were to switch to the downside here, or I'm sorry, the upside, I can see the 3 stocks that are up in this index, and you can see the spectrum analyzer is all green. Let's go back to the up down. Look at the Russell 2000. This is running more than 10 to 1 negative. S&P 1500. It's running about it's running 19 to 20% negative to the downside. You can just see how disastrous this market is. The S&P 500, 477 to 13. So there must be there are some that are unchanged. But this is just a brutal market, and really there are very few places to hide today. I think that's about all I wanted to cover with this. Just remember this spectrum analyzer, if you want to keep it on top, click on the push pin, it turns blue, and then you can change this. You can go in and load other spectrum analyzers, and the last 10 or so are going to be right here on the drop down menu. This is a feature that just doesn't get used enough. Now this is the end of day here. You can see how different it was yesterday. This is using yesterday's 5/17/22 update. You can see how strong it was yesterday. Now let's control this. I'm sorry, let's go to the intraday and look at the dramatic difference going from one day to the next. If you do want to see where the strength is, and I'll just leave it on the S&P 500, I will go to the momentum up, and you can quickly see that there isn't much to the upside.